Hey, tribe. Excited to be coming here, sharing our theme of the week of connection, which, if you don't already know, our mission at Inner Light Revival is to facilitate connection with self, to other, and to nature. And I find that I mostly really enjoy connecting to others and to nature, but continue to be reminded of the foundation of creating connection to self and how that is what ripples any other connection that we ever experience. And so I'm really feeling the invitation of this time of quarantine and of our external experience as an invitation to go within. And this connect to self practice that I'm going to be offering, I call the language of the breath, is one of my favorites. And why it's called the language of the breath is that I love to look at the breath as a nonverbal, intuitive communication that we can be listening and interacting in a conversation with all the time, anytime. And so, what this looks like, as far as we'll call it a conversation of the language of the breath, is our unconscious breathing or our natural breathing pattern where we're not influencing it in any way. If we were to give it a language, I like to think of emotions or feelings and sensations that my breath could be expressing through my natural breathing pattern. So, what this check in looks like, it's just bringing a non judgmental awareness to where is my natural breathing right now? How does it feel? And if it was a language, what would it be speaking? So, maybe I notice that I'm holding my breath a little bit at the top. Maybe I'm noticing it's a little bit of a shallow breath. Maybe I'm noticing it's very relaxed and expansive. And all of these can be communication to what is happening on an internal state. So using this awareness of the natural breathing pattern can be an amazing insight to what's happening physically and emotionally in our current state. So first we listen, and this is a fully intuitive process. There's no right or wrong way. This is just what feelings and emotions do you feel invoked by giving the breath a language to be speaking to us with. So if it's shorter and shallower, to me it feels like a representation of maybe a little more anxiousness or stressed or anything around more tension. If it's down in my belly and it's more relaxed and it's expansive, it's to me it's a language of feeling relaxed and present and trusting. And so there's a two-part process to this. First part, just like in any conversation, it's listening. So we listen of like, oh, this is what my breath is telling me what's happening on an internal state right now. And then we can also engage in the conversation. And this is where a conscious breath pattern can come in. And so we must listen first and non-judgmentally name what the language of the breath is telling us through our natural breath pattern. And then completely using an intuitive process, we then can respond and mirror back an internal state that we'd like to create. And so if I want to feel more relaxed, if I want to feel more energized or joyful or any emotion or feeling that I'm wanting to mirror into my internal state, what would that breath, the language of that breath, sound and feel like? What would a joyful breath, how would that express from me? And so like I said, letting this be an intuitive process of exploring and playing around. And once we start to build this tool set of, oh, this is my joyful breath, or oh, this is my relaxed and patient breath, we can then take this out into our everyday life where maybe we're in a conversation with someone, or we're standing in line, or anything is a normal worldly situation where we can check in to where our breath is. What is it telling us? What's happening currently on the internal state? And after listening to that, how can I use this language of the breath to mirror into an internal state that is supportive to the environment that I'm in and that I'm wanting to cultivate right now? So I'm going to just spend a couple minutes leading this, and I'd love to invite playfulness and exploration and a willingness to really allow whatever's here without a labeling of what's good or bad. So first, I'm just going to soften into our seat wherever we are, and allowing a couple big clearing breaths in through the nose and sighing out the mouth. And with any sort of connect to self, I really like to check in and feel my body. So just bringing awareness down towards the feet and the ankles, relaxing the knees and the thighs, noticing the sexual organs, the glutes and the hip creases, noticing the chest, relaxing the belly, relaxing the shoulders, noticing the arms and the wrist, relaxing the hands, looking into the throat, feeling into the face, relaxing the eyes. And taking one more large clearing breath. Now, just allowing the natural breath to begin, the innate breath. We bring in breath awareness without needing to change it or judge it. Just simply noticing where the breath is originating in the body, whether it's the diaphragm or the chest. Are my exhales expanding my body outwards or maybe up? And if this breath were to be speaking to me right now, what would it be expressing? If the breath was a language, what would it be sharing with me? I'm feeling nervous, feeling fearful, grateful. Not needing to judge it or make sense of it, just simply listening. aware of our physical sensations and our current emotional state through the expression of the language of the breath. We acknowledge it. We accept it. And now empowering ourselves to choose a conscious state of being that we then like to respond in the conversation and mirror back into the body. So I consciously choose to feel calm, to feel confident, to feel joyful. And just intuitively, what language of the breath can express these emotions through a breath that is a representation of these emotions to me. And with each breath, feeling this creation come to life more and more. And beginning to bring yourself back, allowing this new internal state to settle in, to be the new foundation of where we are coming from. I'm taking a large clearing breath. And coming back. I love this practice. It can be so simple, something that can be done in 1 minute, and it can be done in a very long extended period of time. And the willingness and the ability to go deeper into it, I find the more impactful it is. But most important thing is simply allowing ourselves to just check in and see how we are feeling and where we are coming from right now, listening to it and letting the natural breathing be a communication into what is happening currently, internally, and empowering ourselves to then respond and know we are the creator. But listening is the foundation of being able to create. So notice if there is any aspect of being hard on yourself or judging or wondering if you're doing it right, because there is no right way to do this. There's your way, and trusting your intuition and trusting your breath and knowing that this is an evolving process. So thank you for checking in with me and connecting to self and connecting with me. I'd love to hear any reflections, any feedback, any questions. This is something that is really exciting me right now, the language of the breath. I feel the depth that's possible when we start to get into this context is incredible. Well, have a beautiful day. Hope you're feeling connected and looking forward too soon. Be well.